Do we need to make up a legally distinct theme song?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but that can happen later.
The fandom of the opera is here.
Inside your ears. That's the lyrics.
Yeah.
Obviously. Welcome to Fandom of the Opera, Paradox Opera's new podcast where we discuss everything opera to fandom and everything in between. We are your hosts, Alissa.
And Gwen.
And something's about to happen.
That's true.
Welcome to our new podcast. We're here. We're very excited to be doing this. We just finished a huge Raid Train fundraiser that is in part responsible for us being here. So we thought that we would chat about that today as we sort of stumble our way through coming up with the format for this podcast, along with some help from the community that made this happen. But also, I don't know, should we introduce us?
Yeah. I mean, I guess saying a little something about Paradox Opera for the people who were not present for the Raid Train.
Yeah, I suppose that's important. Hi, if you're listening to this podcast and aren't here, for those folks, Paradox Opera is a small indie opera company based in North Carolina, but also we do a ton of work online on Twitch. We are here to make opera accessible to as many people as possible. We are going into our 5th season and we are a fully grassroots crowdfunded opera company. And we do a lot of weird, cool stuff, I think, as the person who founded this company. So I guess I'm a little biased, probably.
Yeah. But also, that weird, cool stuff is what opera excels at. That, when people call something oh, it's so operatic, they don't mean that it was quiet and well adjusted.
Do people say that anymore?
Sometimes.
And that's what we're here to talk about.
All right, so you are Alissa Roca.
That's me. Hello. I exist, and that is my name. As I said, I founded this company. I am also a professional singer, have been for a lot of years. And I do a lot of stuff, man.
Wearing all the hats.
I wear all the hats. Part of the reason the name of this podcast is Fandom of the Opera is because my 2 main hats are opera singer and Twitch streamer, which frequently make people go a little cross-eyed and go, huh? So I've spent a lot of my life.
Feels like two different professions that are both extremely misunderstood, but in
Totally
diverging
opposite.
directions.
Yeah. And I've spent a lot of my life trying to bridge those communities. And so this feels like the culmination of a lot of those things. And this is Gwen Hyland.
Hi. Yeah, I am Gwen Hyland, I guess.
We will get better at this, I promise.
Will we though?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like the chaos is kind of baked into the concept to a degree.
Yes, it is. It's in the description.
Yes. Great. Great. See, it's almost like I've read our promotional materials and know what the fuck is going on.
She hasn't actually seen them.
That's why I said almost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Gwen Hyland. I am also a singer. I am Alyssa's partner in music and life.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I cast her in A Mall and the Night Visitors 2 years ago, and then I just kept her locked up in the basement. I mean, what? Huh?
Sorry, Gwen has gone into blue screen mode.
This is an audio medium.
Yeah. God bless. RIP to everybody who is listening to this after the fact and not seeing my face go slack. Yeah, I guess opera and fandom are 2 spaces that I have been in for a long time. Opera as since like I got into it in middle school and decided that I was going to be an opera singer in 8th grade. And
Earlier than me.
I was like, yep, this is what's happening. But then, yeah, as on the fandom side, I like the media. I do the nerdy stuff. I play the games. I watch the shows. I watch the movies.
But do you do the weird stuff?
I obviously do the weird stuff. Have you even met me?
I have, in fact, met you.
This is his dry cleaning bill for sweater vests.
We are, as we said, sort of experimenting with our format, but we are also filming this episode live. So if they make sense in the flow, I will grab some questions and comments from the chat. And I feel like this is very appropriate with the flow of a beginning of a first episode before we dive into sort of the meat and potatoes. Our dear friend Mark has said...
I've got the meat, you've got the potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the beans, though?
We can share those.
Okay. Mark has asked how we met, which I suppose is something that people might want to know.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really deeply funny considering how unhinged and queer we are. We met in church choir.
Hell yeah. You know, we out here singing for Jesus.
We sure are. For money.
For money.
I will say, exactly. 2 opera singers walk into a bar, except that bar is Duke Chapel.
I mean, they serve wine on Communion Sundays. Yeah. So
yeah.
What is Duke Chapel but?
Which to many folks' dismay is not every Sunday.
Well, 'cause that is a big difference between various sects.
Yes. I will say, as people who do the thing of making mouth noises for money.
Phrasing.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Despite how we all may individually personally feel about things, being a church musician is the only job that singers have available to them that is somewhat consistent, unless you're like in the Met chorus. So grateful for that, because
if you want to make a reliable recurring paycheck as a classical singer, you're either on the payroll of one of the like major recurring company or major opera companies, or you have a church job. And some people have both. Most of the people who are on the payroll of the opera company also have either a church gig, church gigs, or synagogue gig, synagogues.
Yes, and very much yes, and so we started relatively close to the same time in, was it 21? I think 2021,
something like that.
And we didn't talk to each other for a long time because I was having a very bad time TM and I didn't want to talk to anyone, so I made myself as scary as possible, and she liked that.
When I am in a large group situation, I also just kind of
you're like, I don't want
to like it. It took me a couple semesters before I started getting comfortable enough to like be on my to be loudly on my bullshit during rehearsal. And be like, hey, I'm funny and I have a deep-seated need to get other people's approval.
Yep. And it worked. And I think one of my favorite delightful stories of that is our first Holy Week there. We, having never spoken to each other, sang a duet on Good Friday from across the not the chancel, what is the big space called?
The nave?
I don't know. The place where the congregation sits. I don't know words.
We weren't in the transept proper, but we were close to the transept.
Sure.
You telling me this sept is trans?
It sure is, because you were there.
Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah. And so we sang this duet, which is on my YouTube channel if you want to look it up.
It sure is.
And I remember being like, oh, hello. Because I like good voices and stuff. And then I don't remember when we actually started talking to each other, but then I did a Mall in the Night Visitors with Paradox 2 years ago now. Oh my gosh. And came up with the concept of making it secretly gay and casting as many queer people as possible.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well,
it wasn't that much of a secret. My king was dressed entirely in the colors of the trans flag.
Yes,
and it was fucking dope.
That was the whole concept.
Yeah.
But like the whole point is that the kings are supposed to be really brightly colored and extravagant regardless. And so like I really wanted it to be like, if you know, you know, but if you don't, like, you actually might not have.
Yeah.
And, like, not have it take you out of the thing.
You really said, I'm going to be out here doing a Mall in the Night F slurs. Apologies to the estate of Giancarlo Menotti.
I mean, he would have eaten it up, honestly. And so, yeah, I like low-key bullied her into being in it because I was like, one of my kings must be trans or my whole concept falls apart. And
I was like, great. There's no pressure to that at all.
None at all. And and then I hired you to do a show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we finished the show. And a week-ish later, I was like, yeah. And then she was like, yeah.
Yeah. And then we did the live stream of the opera and we're pretending that we hadn't started dating like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it was like 3 months ago.
How long did it take for the live stream?
We did it in April.
Happen? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we had been dating for several months at that point, and we're like, ha ha ha, we are very good colleagues.
Yeah. I mean, we were also trying to like be professional and also like keep things on the down low for many reasons, but
yes.
Then we gave up pretty fast.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that tale. But enough about us.
Yeah. Now we live together.
Yes. This is our house.
This is our house. This is our house. We always stream from inside the house.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Gonna get copyright struck by John Carlo's ghost.
That could be an interesting opera.
Fuck yeah.
Bringing back all the composers' ghosts. Chaos ensues. Is that going to be one of your next ones?
Maybe. Who knows? It'll have
putting it in the pocket.
Fucking Liszt and Chopin making out sloppy style in the background.
Sure. Why not? We're making it gay. We're making it all gay. So, yeah.
I like the implication that, you know, we would have to go out of our way to make the ghosts of composers gay. Like, Tchaikovsky, I know this is going to be really difficult for you.
Yeah.
But I need you to really twink it up.
Can we put him with Shasti?
Sure.
Okay. Great.
Let's get some toxic yaoi. Toxic Russian yaoi.
Yeah.
Age gap yaoi.
Oh, yeah?
Cuz they're
Is it actually an age gap if they're ghosts?
I don't know. He
Like,
died a while ago. He's been a
yeah.
ghost for like 100 years, and Shasti's only been a ghost for...
Yeah, but you're just the age that you were when you became ghost.
Yeah, but you have more experience being a ghost. It's a problematic gap in the power dynamics of ectoplasm.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Good talk. Good talk.
But that's a good thing, because we love our yaoi and Yuri.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah. Especially when it's operatic.
Yeah.
Toxeratic.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum.
You're gonna get us copy struck. You gotta stop it. She's
Okay.
gonna get us in trouble.
I didn't do the rest of it.
So anyways, we did a raid train that made this happen. This is your fault. So I hope that you are having a good time.
Yes, this is all your fault. So you're welcome / we're sorry.
I always say you're welcome.
We're not sorry.
I'm never sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not sorry in the slightest. I hope that folks enjoy the chaos and go, wow, maybe opera's cool because these people sing it. We're definitely cool.
We're
extremely cool.
so cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're so cool that we have a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
which everybody
The coolest
knows
people have
is
podcasts.
only the thing that the coolest people do. Yeah.
People wish they were us.
I am sure that is true for somebody. People can wish to be you all they want. People who are wishing to be me, I need them to have a come to Jesus talk.
Hey, everyone's going to tell Gwen in all of the comments on all of the platforms to be nicer to herself.
I'm not being mean. I'm just objectively kind of a mess.
So are we all.
So say we all.
So are we all.
So you did a raid train.
We did.
I mean, I participated, but like you spearheaded the whole fucking thing. Talk to us a little bit about the reasoning behind that. Like what made you choose Twitch, or like what made you choose like the concept of a raid train for advertising and fundraising?
Yeah, so I've been a Twitch streamer for 7 years now, and like I said, an opera singer for a lot of years, more than that. But honestly, those are the two things that I've done the longest in my life, which is a lot. That's kind of wild for someone with a whole lot of ADHD. And so it really was never a question to me that those things needed to at some point integrate into one thing. I mean, there's still their own things, but like the crossover needs to happen. And the large majority of my personal life's work is bringing new people into this art form and being like, hey, it's really cool. You just didn't know yet. And this is a really easy, quote unquote, way for me to do that and to start to bridge that gap. And so when we first started the company back in 2021, still there was a lot of pandemic shenanigans afloat. It was really not super safe for people to be doing stuff live yet, or like when we did our very first show, it was like right after the vaccines had been given access to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a no-brainer for me that we were going to also have a performance live on Twitch. And so our entire first show, like the beginning of this company, was crowdfunded in large part by my Twitch community, and we got to bring so many people already into the fold in our first show and in our first season. And then throughout the years of me doing stuff on Twitch, if you're listening, you don't know what a raid train is, on Twitch, you can, at the end of your live stream, input a command and deliver your audience into somebody else's stream when you finish your stream. And so oftentimes for special events or for charity things, a whole group of creators will get together to chain together a bunch of raids so that something goes on for a really, really long amount of time, but not one single person has to be doing all of that work. And so back in 2022, I think, gosh, it was that long ago, I participated in what was called the Raiders for Row, which was a huge collective of over 60 creators who came together to do an 8-day long raid train in support of Planned Parenthood when the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe was leaked. And that was such an incredible and powerful experience to be a part of. And so when we were really starting to think about how we were going to fundraise for our bigger projects, it was really a no-brainer that we needed to do something like that because of the way that it can bring so many different communities together and so many different creators together. So we can, in tandem, highlight all of these incredible creators, but also be spreading as much awareness about what we are doing as possible and reaching as many different people as possible, but also like bringing the community together to do this crazy thing. And so I was very fortunate to have several folks work with me who were part of that previous event and brought a lot of their knowledge and expertise and things that we learned from that into this to make it as streamlined as possible. We're always learning more things, but we put together a 72 plus hour event with shockingly few hiccups. I was really, really proud of us. We featured 27 different creators, and our goal over those 3 days was to raise $10,000, and we did it.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Which is honestly kind of fucking insane.
Yeah.
That this kind of fundraising is achievable.
Yeah.
Thanks to the nature of the platform and the nature of we are getting as many eyes as possible on this, and everyone is kind of making smaller, manageable donations. It's not funded by the extremely wealthy patrons of the arts.
Which, like, hey, if you're out there and you're listening, like, we would love to have you.
Not to knock it, yeah.
But I do think it's really incredible on so many levels, and I'm so proud of the work that we're doing, and I think it's really a testament to what we're doing, that opera's expensive, and our mission, a huge core piece of our mission, is to really take care of our artists and be paying people a living wage, which a lot of places don't. And the fact that we're able to pull that off fully crowdfunded, like, we don't have any angel donors, but if you're out there, call us. But you know, it's like we are making this happen in the trenches.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think is so exciting about what we've achieved during this raid train is just showing that people do care and think that what we're doing is important, and what we're doing is making opera, but making it relevant to today and queer and messy and queer, and I cannot stress enough queer, which makes getting funding from the government right now very difficult. And so, like, the fact that people are showing up and showing us and telling us, like, no, we want this to exist, like, that's huge. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of what we focus on is new works. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of stuff that was pre-existing but is relatively recent and maybe people were not aware of or haven't heard before. Mm-hmm. And then there's also stuff that has been, like, commissioned for Paradox. So, like, new works, but also the understanding that, like, opera doesn't need any, like, special magic to be relevant. It just needs to be accessible to people.
The walls just need to come down.
And honestly, we've talked a lot recently about how, in terms of affordability, like, opera actually is remarkably accessible because like you can get good opera seats for a fraction of the cost of a, like, Broadway show or
even a tour.
Like a touring production of a Broadway show.
Yeah.
And
you can get rush tickets to the Metropolitan Opera for like $30 or $35 still. And they're good seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the barrier to entry tends to be more of a, like, reputation-based barrier. And people have this idea that opera is this very stuffy, dying and or dead art form that is the sole realm of the ultra-wealthy and the laughably snobbish elite as seen on Frasier and things like that. Which, no shade to Frasier, peak television, great times. But one of the things that I really like about this company is its willingness to make opera grimy and chaotic and weird and queer and like
Puppets
yeah.
and puppets.
And you know, we put puppets into Don Giovanni and made them say fuck a lot. And you know,
sing fuck a lot.
and sometimes that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
To
I also, the other thing too is like, I think a big barrier is really just like knowledge and information, and the art form has done a really bad job of marketing itself to new audiences and actually like sharing important bits of information, like the fact that there's subtitles.
yeah.
Like, if an opera is in another language, there will be subtitles in the most commonly spoken language of wherever it's being performed. Or if you're real fancy and you're at the Met, there's options of a lot of languages, and you've got personal seat subtitles. But folks don't know that that's the case because we've done a bad job of telling people that that's the case.
Like, people are just kind of thinking like, I'm going to go and I'm going to sit in the dark and listen to fat people dressed as Vikings sing in a language I don't understand for 5 hours.
And that's really just Die Valkyrie.
And
it's just that one.
Yeah, that's not how it goes.
No.
And it's
and there's a lot of opera that's in English, and there's opera that's still being written. I think I've actually had people say to me in disbelief, wait, people still write operas? They're not all dead? And I'm like, no.
No, the most famous ones are by dead composers because we're cowards. The industry clings to the past when it needs to evolve and embrace the future. And like,
there's a couple of ones that are new that people are alive that are kind of famous now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people, at least on the inside, like know like Dead Man Walking.
Yeah. Dead Man Walking.
Jake Heggie is very much alive.
People love the Moby Dick opera.
That's also Jake.
Yeah.
It's just Jake. People love
Shout
Jake
out to
Heggie.
Jake, baby.
Honestly, truly. he's great. Lovely composer, wonderful human. Here. More, please.
Yay! The way that I describe opera to people like that who have this idea of opera is this thing from the past. Opera is the realm of dead white men. Opera is less of... Okay, so opera is like anime.
There we go. Okay, it's happening.
You might think you don't like it, but it's a method of story delivery rather than like one particular thing. Like opera and anime both contain multitudes. They, like, you can find the hyper popular shonen slop, and that's Puccini. I said that specifically for Alyssa.
I feel like no.
I feel like that's not true. I just said that because it would get a reaction out of you.
No, it's way more shoujo than shonen.
What?
Puccini.
Okay, so what would you say? Like, what would you say is the Demon Slayer / Naruto / Bleach / My Hero of
the Ring Cycle?
Fuck no.
It never ends.
Fuck no. No, we're talking about something with deal of undeserved popularity.
Rossini is the shonen of opera.
Yeah, Bel Canto. Bel Canto is...
No, not Bel Canto, just Rossini.
Okay.
Look, I love me some Rossini, but he famously didn't really care that much and just churned things out and stole from himself so he could get stuff out more quickly.
Yeah.
Because the stuff was popular and he was making money.
Shonen slop. There it is.
Like, that doesn't mean that there's not some bangers in there, but that does mean that the final aria from Cenerentola and the final aria from Barber of Seville are the exact same aria, just in different keys, sung by one a tenor and one a mezzo.
Yeah, that being said, the training arc of Cenerentola is fire.
Yeah.
It's 20 episodes, but they're worth it.
I always get sad that they cut the filler episode of the sisters' meltdown, because that's my favorite part.
Yeah, they really said filler. I hardly know her. God bless. Apologies in advance to our podcast listeners
Don't
who
apologize.
don't know who I am
Say
and
you're
who
welcome.
don't know that I'm going to say that shit multiple
Probably
times
at
every
least
episode.
Yeah.
So anyway, people will tell me they don't like anime, but what they mean is like, I don't like Dragon Ball Z, or I don't like Sailor Moon, or something like that. And it's not just a genre. Like, it is an art form that contains a multitude of genres. And if you are willing to give it a shot, you are going to find something you like eventually.
Just read Death Note and we're all going to be fine.
The same can be said for opera. It's not a genre, it's a medium. So like this is what I think Paradox's greatest strength as an opera company is the ability to be like, hey, you're used to seeing people in gowns and tuxedos, and
we'll do that too, but then we'll put on cat ears and do it on Twitch.
Fuck yeah. And maid outfits.
Yeah.
If you donate enough.
Yeah. But the
which you did. Thank you.
The other thing that I think is so important about what we're doing and why I personally am so adamant about doing this work on Twitch and through a live stream platform is we need to meet people where they're at, and where they're at is in their homes right now. And I've had some arguments with folks in the past who I think really deeply don't understand how these things translate. And I've had some people be like, oh, if you live stream the things, people are not going to come out to the shows. You're cutting into your live audience. And that truly could not be farther from the truth in my experience. Like, you think about, obviously, we're not the same level of fame as this yet. But you think about, like, your comedians who go on tour. You think about your drag queens who go on tour who were on RuPaul's Drag Race. You think about, like, anybody who got their start on a big TV show who then goes out and does a live show. People are going to go out and see that show because they met these people in their home first. And it's the same thing, but Twitch has this added unique property to it of, like, it's not pre-recorded. So, like, there is more of a genuine connection that can be made, as there's still some parasocial stuff that can happen, but it's not as, like, explicitly hardline parasocial. Like, you are, you know, you actually are able to, like, engage and interact with folks in a way that many other mediums don't provide to you. And I have had so many folks see what we're doing on Twitch and tell me, like, if they don't live here, I had no idea that this could be for me, but I was so inspired and so, like, engaged by what you were putting on. I bought my first ticket to go see an opera in real life, and they've gone out to see something. Or they are here and they come to see our shows and they want to see both the live show and the live stream version.
And, like, if they don't live here, they are not buying a ticket to our show.
Right.
Like, they're buying a ticket to support, like, their local artists. And, like, that's
huge.
Even if we are not directly getting the revenue, like, that's still a win.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
And also, like, I have folks who have been so excited about the projects that we have upcoming. P.S. Check it out. We'll talk about more of them. But, like, we're so excited about the projects we have upcoming. They're like, I don't live there, but I'm flying there to see this show. I know you're going to live stream it, and I want to be there to see it. Like, is that every single person? No, of course not, because financial barriers are a thing. But that's also the beauty of this, is that we can take that away and that we still have the opportunity to be reaching more people than is possible, I think, in any other way.
Mm-hmm. And I think another thing about the live streaming for free that really speaks to me personally is that, like, we live in a capitalist hellscape and we are used to nothing being free. And, like, artists deserve to be paid for their art. Artists deserve to, like, it would be great if more artists could support themselves only, like, with only their art. But, like, that is not the world we live in right now. But, like, I really like that Paradox is so adamant about paying its artists a fair wage. But on the flip side of that, I really like that Paradox is kind of helping tear down the gate that has been kept by saying like, no, we are not going to make this we're not going to paywall this. We are not going to give you the barrier of entry. And to be fair, like, we do have a Patreon, so some of our stuff is going to get paywalled, but like we're not going to stop doing the free live streams, because it really helps to reinforce the idea that like art is for everyone. And artists deserve to be compensated for their art, but art is for everyone to enjoy and experience. And like, if art is kept behind the wall of capital, then
what's the point?
Only certain people will get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
much fewer.
Yes, much fewer people, and it becomes a symbol of status. It becomes a thing of like, oh yes, I could afford to do this, and like I have seen this, and that, like, great, being able to shell out for specific experiences and things like that, like, great, that's cool. Not everybody can do everything, whatever. But like, all art can't be paywalled, and some things have to be free and have to be accessible to the masses and to anybody who wants to see them. Because if people can't get to it, they can't decide if they like it.
Right. Well, and also I think it's really important to note that we do charge tickets for our in-person shows, that we do our best to keep those prices as low and accessible as possible. But every single show that we've done so far, that we've been able to do in-person shows and online shows, even offering the live streams for free, we do a sort of like pay what you can model. And we've done that for some of our live shows as well. And so it's like, this is available to anybody who wants to be a part of it. And for those who really appreciate what you're doing, you have the ability to donate to us. And in all of our Twitch performances, we have brought in more revenue from people who are just like, yes, I appreciate what we're doing, and I am choosing to give to this as opposed to I have to, than our live shows.
Yes, because if you move people and if they believe in what you were doing, like, then they will be willing to support you, and frequently will be willing to give more to support you than they would have paid for a ticket.
Right.
Which, coming back to the raid train and like meeting this insane fundraising goal.
Exactly.
That none of it was forced. Like all of it was voluntarily donated.
Right.
There was no cost to enter and no cost to like watch the streams happening.
And I tell everyone all the time, like, yes, we need money to make this happen. Opera is expensive, but just as valuable is your attention and your time and telling people about what we're doing if it excites you, sharing a social media post, following the things that we're doing, anything that is free and just like keeps people engaged and keeps helping us build community, like that is just as valuable, honestly, if not more so, because then it all sort of like snowballs into itself to help keep making it happen.
Yeah. And that aspect of community, I think, is really important to Paradox being a fundamentally queer company.
Yeah.
That this is a company and a venture that is meant to bring people together. Mm-hmm. It takes a village full of gays.
Hell yeah, it does.
It takes a village to raise a child, but it takes
a whole country to put on an opera.
I was going to say a county full of homosexuals in order to produce an opera.
Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot.
Yes.
But I'm stubborn and we're here to do it.
Doing the thing.
This episode of Fandom of the Opera is brought to you by our founding patrons, Wow Mel, Kami Anya, and Eggroll Buddy. Thank you so much for your continued support and helping Paradox Opera make all of our weird, wonderful dreams a reality. You too can join our Patreon for free or at any of our paid tiers and get lots of exclusive behind-the-scenes content from what's going on with the opera company as well as with the podcast. This episode is also brought to you by everybody involved with the 2025 Raid Train. Thank you so much to every single creator, moderator, helper, and patrons for making this happen. If you would like to be a sponsor of Fandom of the Opera, you can email us at fandomoftheoperapodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Now back to the show.
See, now I've forgotten what we were talking about the raid train and the
community of
the community.
The queers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing so good. Aren't you so glad?
We're doing a great job. Honestly, we are relatively close to an hour, so if we want to throw in some of our proposed segments, now would be the time.
I think that since I have brought this up, I feel like we should delve a little more into, like, pick an opera and say, like, what anime that you think it would be best represented by.
So you're taking my idea. Oh no, you're saying like what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
I see.
Like, so we've established that Rossini is like the entirety of Shonen Jump.
No, not the entirety of Shonen Jump. Just serialized shonen that doesn't end. Death Note was in Shonen Jump, you know?
I know. Okay, so Rossini is One Piece.
I feel like Rossini is more like
My Hero.
And like Boruto.
Fucking Boruto.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it still happening?
Is it?
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
But even still, like, Naruto went on for so long, had a nice little bow, and then they said, let's do more.
Let's
Why?
do... It's... Oh, so, like the other thing that we're not gonna talk about, they were like, you know what? We're gonna do a continuation of this beloved series focusing on the child of the main character with the stupidest fucking name imaginable.
Also, in both of these series, we're going to find out that main character is a horrendously awful father. Yeah. So bad. Really, just the main characters of these series should not have children.
I mean, yeah.
They have been through too much shit. They're passing on way too much generational trauma. Like, let's just not do that.
I would be hard-pressed to think of a shonen protagonist who would actually make a good father.
Also, a lot of them are dead. So...
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like...
Well, I just thought of two and they're both dead. But I don't want to spoil things.
Well, I mean, that makes it perfect for opera.
Yeah.
Because everybody dies in opera.
Everybody dies, yeah.
Some operas. Okay, so, like, we've got My Hero as Rossini.
100%, yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Who would you feel is, like, who does that need to be composed by?
That's, like, good, serious, spooky stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, one of my things, TM, that if we get rich and famous as this opera company, I really want to do is compose more horror opera.
Fuck yeah.
Because there just is not enough, and I really genuinely think
and we do have a list, and we're not going to read that list out because
it's a very long list, actually.
It's a long list, but also because we don't want anybody to steal our idea before we do it.
Yeah. But do give us money to commission more horror operas. But, you know, like recently-ish, we have The Shining opera written by Paul Marvek that was premiered. I believe the premiere was at Minnesota Opera. It was in the before times, but like not that before. I want to say it was like 2017-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been a huge smash hit. I got to see it when they brought it to Atlanta Opera a couple of years ago.
It's kind of ironic that like modern opera frequently kind of like it gets one production and then is never heard of again. there is a certain amount of irony in the fact that the Shining opera did not get overlooked.
Boo. It's cool if you get a chance to see it. I don't know if it's still... I think that Atlanta might have had it up on their streaming platform, but I don't know if it's still there, so I apologize if that is not true. But if you do get a chance to see it either on streaming or live, like, I do very much recommend going to see it. It's based more on the book than on the movie. It's very cool. It's very well done. And I'm glad that it's happening and lots of people are coming to see their first opera because of stuff like this. So I'm like, yeah, we need more stuff like that. So, like, maybe we call up Paul. We're like, hey, you wrote The Shining, now write Juju.
I mean, that would be great, but I meant more in terms of the
you want the dead ones?
Yeah, in terms of
okay.
the like famous composers that people would.
All the people I'm thinking of are not dead because you know what the
And this is why Paradox Opera is such a cool company,
because here's the other thing that came to mind is The Ghost of Versailles.
Oh, yeah.
By John Corigliano, who y'all hopefully are a bit familiar with now because of the show that we opened this season with.
Tambourine Man.
I featured his Mr. Tambourine Man on. Huge fan. Love me some Corigliano. Ghost of Versailles is fascinating because it's a show within a show. And if you know anything about the Beaumarchais trilogy, which you perhaps, almost certainly if you know a tidbit about opera, know
Figaro.
Barbara of Seville, Marriage of Figaro. There's a third play in those trilogies.
La Mère Coupable.
Which means?
The Guilty Mother.
There you go. That, like, nobody knows. And there is, I think, another opera of it, but, like, no one's heard of it, and I don't think it's particularly good.
Yeah.
But Corigliano's opera, Ghost of Versailles, the play within the play is The Guilty Mother. And so it's like, it's kind of that. But then there's the ghost of Marie Antoinette, and all the ghosts are, like, watching.
Yeah, it's
very
weird and
cool.
meta. And, like, honestly, if I had to describe anything as a John Corigliano, any anime as a John Corigliano opera, it would be, like, Perfect Blue or something.
Oh,
like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
Some mindfuck Satoshi Kon shit.
Yeah, that's really accurate.
So yeah, what would you say, like, Verdi? Like, what would you call a Verdi anime?
You know, I mean, Verdi is like, he's got a lot of different flavors.
That's true.
But I feel like the two flavors of Verdi are like heavy serious and like pop opera.
Right. Well, because he does the, like,
he can write a tune,
the, like,
but everyone's gonna have a bad time and die. Except for the couple of times that they don't. But
yeah.
Most of the time they do.
He does that, like, I'm going to write banger after banger after banger. But then he also does the, like, I'm going to write a 4-hour-long opera about political intrigue.
Yeah.
And honestly, good for him.
Yeah. You can't pin him down.
Yeah.
Joe Green running around.
Fucking Joe.
Zipping around.
Joe Green. I don't know. One could maybe say...
I feel like Verdi wrote Attack on Titan.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you haven't seen. So
I've seen a couple seasons worth, but I haven't
seen
the important stuff.
She hasn't seen it. You've seen The Rock.
I have seen also...
She's seen all 3 episodes of The Rock. If you know, you know.
I've seen The Beast Titan.
But she hasn't seen the show. TM. We gotta fix that.
Okay, so Verdi composed Attack on Titan.
Yeah. And, like, high key, I feel like people who, I don't know if people are gonna agree with me, but actually I think that people are gonna agree with me. Once Mappa took over, the score goes Verdi hard.
I mean, I will not disagree with that. There is...
But you don't even know yet, though.
I mean, I have heard you have played excerpts for me.
No, but, like, you don't even know yet, though, because you've heard the theme songs.
Yes.
But you haven't heard the score.
Right.
Like, it is so spectacular. I have rarely in a serialized anime seen scoring that is like, if you are...
Shout out to the OG Full Metal Alchemist anime.
Correct. The OG, bitches. Brotherhoods can suck it.
What was it? Was it the Moscow Philharmonic Orchestra.
I think so. We should double check that, but I do believe. Yeah, no, if you are an anime fan, but you are
like
also
Full
like
Metal Alchemist is composed by Tchaikovsky.
I could see that. But yeah, if that scratches your happy brain place, like honestly, all of Attack on Titan is wonderful, but like those last couple of seasons, almost never have I witnessed this culmination of the scoring paired with the animation. Like it's truly operatic. Home Skillets. Yeah, it is.
I just had a brainwave, and that is that Puccini is Dragon Ball Z, because even people who do not like the genre have some the medium have some amount of familiarity with it. It has some egregious and famous examples of racism, and you can skip a whole lot of the output and not really miss anything.
That's fair.
I will say that the one thing that I know that you and I will never agree on is that Tosca absolutely fucking slaps.
No.
And I will die on that hill.
It's the most boring opera.
You live
It's one
in
chord.
a world.
It's one chord for 3 hours.
It is absolutely not.
It is an iteration of one chord for 3 hours.
It is an opera where the baritone gets to do a whole lot of cool shit and then get fucking stabbed on stage, and it's awesome. Spoilers, obviously, but we did also mention that it's opera and frequently everybody dies. Yeah, it's metal as fuck.
Yeah.
And as long as there's a good baritone roll, there is not much else that I care about, because as everyone knows, baritones are notoriously self-absorbed.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want more things like this, let us know.
Yeah. Next time, we will hopefully have some audience questions to actually...
Also, we are live, so I'm going to open the floor to chat. If you've got some questions that you would like to throw at us, please do, and we may throw a couple in right now. But we do have an email address. It is fandomoftheoperapodcast@gmail.com. If you want to send us questions, comments, concerns, myths you want us to bust, I don't know, really anything, shoot us an email there if you want to.
You know that Alyssa's getting serious because she's putting on her NPR voice.
Listen, I've done this before.
So send us some fucking questions.
Yeah, send them. And we also are planning on having some guests on in the future. We will have folks who are working on projects with us. We will also just have members of the opera and nerd communities who we feel like would make sense to be on here with us. So also, if you are someone who feels like you want to be on here with us, that is also a place that you can shoot us a message. You can also follow Paradox Opera on all of our socials at Paradox Opera on everything, and follow us on Patreon for some podcast goodies, as well as a lot of behind the scenes things for the opera company that we'll squirrel away the bad rehearsal footage for donors who want to help us out.
Hell yeah. Great. We have a question from King Brosifatone.
That fully continues this conversation.
Yeah.
That we
Question
were having.
and potential hot take.
Yeah.
Why is Turandot hot, boring, dookie? And see, I was going to say, like,
I have such a funny story about that opera.
You say that Tosca is the most boring opera in the world, and I'm like, it is not even Puccini's most boring opera. Like, La Rondine exists.
Okay, that's true.
What
about Fanciulla del West?
I have never seen Fanciulla del West
Exactly.
in its entirety, but all you need to know about it is that the tenor, the hero, the legendary outlaw, his name is, and I quote, Dick Johnson.
Yep.
Like, Puccini was really out here like, I need a name for a cowboy. How about Sausage McHardcock?
Yeah. that's
he
pretty
was
accurate.
he was just he
Yeah.
was thirsty when he was writing that.
Puccini is something.
But Turandot was the last opera that he wrote and famously did not fucking finish.
Is that why nobody knows how to pronounce the last syllable of it?
I mean, I pronounce the T because it's an Italian opera and they don't do silent T's really.
Yeah, but the character is not Italian.
Yeah.
It's set in China, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know the Chinese policy on silent T's at the ends of words?
No.
Do you think Puccini knew the Chinese
I sure
policy?
don't. We are not recorded conversation about Madama Butterfly.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, the wider discussion of race and Orientalism in opera
we'll have an episode on that for sure.
that'll be a whole episode all to itself. Because, oh boy, there's a lot of material.
There is a lot of material.
But, I mean, yes, this is an opera where 3 of the characters, this is, as previously mentioned, set in China, and 3 of the characters are named Ping, Pang, and wait for it, Pong.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Puccini.
And it is almost Puccini's fault that I did not become an opera singer.
Oh.
Because, fun fact, the first opera that I have any conscious memory of encountering is Turandot or Turandot. The internet just told me that both are widely accepted, so who knows. So, when I was in high school, my marching band did a Turandot show. I know.
Girl, what the fuck?
I know. Listen.
This feels very much in the vein of Aretha Franklin singing Nessun Dorma when they couldn't get Pavarotti, because that's
but that's iconic. That's iconic.
It is iconic for all the wrong reasons.
It's chef's kiss.
It is a mess, but it is beautiful.
So we did this, and then of course typically in your ensembles in school, once you finish your last performance, there's nothing left to do in the class. And so our band director wheels out the cart with the shitty TV on it, puts a VHS of Turandot in, and it's like, here, have fun. And we watched the opera.
I got a completely different impression of where that story was going from the pitch.
Okay.
All
right. So we're not done yet. So what you need to know is that I was like 16-ish when this was happening.
Were you going on 17?
I was going on 17.
Hell yeah.
And I was at the height of my weebdom at this point. This is very important, okay? Because we put this opera on, and I am like, I don't really care. I'm doing something else, probably reading manga, to be honest with you.
What would the Italian word for weebdom be? Like weebita?
I don't know. We'll have to ask the chat. So I'm almost certainly reading manga and not paying attention to this. And at some point I check in and I'm like, all right, what is this all about? And the only thought I had upon tuning into this was, hold the fucking phone. This is in China.
Mm-hmm.
These people are Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are they singing in Italian? I'm out. Bye. I hate this. I was mad. Big mad.
God bless.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Wait till you hear about the rest of opera.
Yeah, well, so that's how I almost didn't become an opera singer, because of Puccini.
God bless.
Because I was mad about it not being in Chinese.
Great.
As it should have been. Because why aren't they just singing in their language? Messed up, man.
What are you suggesting that Chinese people can't learn other languages?
No, I'm suggesting that why is it in Italian?
Yeah,
Explain.
Yeah, that's there's no good.
I present to you Kevin Putt's Silent Night. Thank you.
It's in Chinese?
No.
No, it's fine. I just Didn't expect it to be Chinese.
Yeah. Pulitzer Prize winning opera Silent Night by Kevin Putz.
Fuck yeah.
In which it tells the story of the ceasefire on Christmas during World War I, and all of the characters sing in their
native language.
It's incredible. So it's in like 5 different languages. So
God bless.
good.
I love shit like that.
It is absolutely my shit. I love that opera so much. I don't know if there is a pro cam of it.
You do not always gotta hand it to Quentin Tarantino. But that is also my favorite part of Inglourious Bastards. Is that like everyone is talking in their native language, or sometimes not, and then that's a plot point.
And that's also why I really love that fucked up production of Deflator Mouse.
Yes.
What company did that? Do you know?
I don't remember. I just remember that it had Kirite.
Yes.
Kirite
Kanawa.
Kanawa. Okay.
Yes. Who apparently has a summer home like near where our family lives. So
hell yeah.
That's fun.
And the other guy, I can see his face, but I can't remember.
I only remember Kiri.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did it in all the languages, and that brought me joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
really
you had people in like speaking English and French and German and Italian.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Did Orlovsky sing in Russian, or did he do French because he was posh?
I believe it was French. And that is also the production that had the Bracket and Hinge insert.
Fuck yeah.
And do yourself a favor if you don't know who Bracket and Hinge are, and look them up. Your life will be better. 2 old school drag queen opera singers. Peak comedy.
2 drag queen opera singers doing 3 Little Maids from School.
Correct. But only 2 of them.
Yes.
Yes. Arranged for 2 voices.
It's delightful.
And then they do the little donkey too. It's great.
The Little Donkey is the name of a song.
Absolute mess.
Phrasing.
Absolute mess. Also, I feel like we'll have a whole episode on this. Kai has asked, why must all French operas have a sequence of the characters literally just watching a ballet?
Oh, I don't have an answer for that on the tip of my tongue right now. But like, yes, French grand opera traditionally incorporates ballet. And like French grand opera is its own thing and is very like structurally.
It's its own genre.
Yeah, it's its own genre. And it takes structure very seriously. It's almost always 5 acts or 4?
It's a lot. It's 4.
Okay.
But maybe sometimes 5, because you might just say that the ballet's a whole act.
Yeah. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really great music that comes from it, but I have never had the opportunity to sit through a whole one, so I don't really know how I feel.
I've seen a lot of them, and
I mean,
they are great, but they have pacing problems.
Which, I mean, one could say about a lot of opera.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, is something that we're talking about a lot now in creating new opera of like, how do we maintain as much integrity of the core of this art form while updating it to still feel really relevant, but also like have modern pacing and like
although there is something to be said for like people need to learn to enjoy slower paced things again, and that like as in terms of modern audiences, to paint with an extremely broad brush, are going to have a shorter attention span than they used to.
Yes.
And so, like, I feel like there's a happy medium of making things more approachably paced, but also not taking out all of the...
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say is, like, I've sat through the Ring cycle. Like, I have the attention span to sit through a 6+ hour opera. But, like, my issue with a lot of them is not how long they are, but that they feel that long.
Right.
And so, like, I think modern audiences absolutely can sit through longer things, see Wicked Part 1, and feel really engaged and compelled the whole time.
Yeah. And you know why they were engaged and compelled the whole time? Because it had lesbians.
Yeah.
Support queer art.
Yeah. I mean, this is true. Like the Lord of the Rings, and also the Ring Cycle and the Lord of the Rings are based on the same mythology, kind of. Like the core of it is based on the same.
They
mythology.
both have rings and dwarves.
And are long. but you know,
and
to,
swords.
To that point, like the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings films are like 3.5-ish hours long each, and there's so many people to this day who will happily sit through those things and not feel like they are losing their attention.
Yes. That being said, and I hate the fact that this is about to come out of my mouth, that was over 20 years ago.
Yeah. And look, we're gonna call ourselves old.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about the attention spans of modern audiences.
Okay, sure.
And
Well,
so,
I mean, yes, this was still somewhat some years ago, but Broseph has also just said also like Avengers Endgame, which is over 3 hours long. And
there we go.
Most people eat that up.
Yes. Okay. We've already gone long enough that I don't need to open the can of worms that is Endgame slander. So I'll just say yes. Most people, I am sure, found that movie to be acceptably paced and good.
I mean, I think truly the most recent example is Wicked, in which literally part 1 is longer than the full stage play, and it's just act 1. And I have not.
They had to hold space for the lyrics
of Defying Gravity. Yeah, and you know, I'm sure there's people who don't like it because there's people who don't like everything. But I have not heard any like loud chattering about people being like, oh my god, this felt long. Like, I feel like I've heard just quite the opposite of people being like, wait, that was this many hours? Like, okay, I'm here for it. Like, I'm in. And so it really is that, like, I don't think that people have as much of an issue with having a long attention span. Like yes, we know that there is a problem with it today because of
something you damn kids in your smartphones.
But like, I really do think that a lot of it is a combination of like, we simply don't have things that in media that are that long anymore, and that people don't understand pacing. And like, you can absolutely have a 3-hour opera about contemporary things and have it not feel like you're sitting in the theater for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna try to do.
Jazz hands.
Yeah.
This has been episode 1 of Fandom of the Opera.
And to that end about the ballets, like, I think that if you're going to go see a French Grand Opera and enjoy a French Grand Opera, especially today, you have to go into it more like thinking about it like something else, to be honest with you, because the ballet does tend to be quite lengthy and fully puts a halt to the drama, which is terrible garbage pacing. And so,
but it's an experience,
right?
It's
like not quite this, but it feels like it's going in the direction of like Philip Glass's Einstein on the Beach, which is very long, and it's just almost this like trance-like experience. Like, it is something else. Like, it is considered an opera, but like, it really is something else. And I feel like French Grand Opera is sort of like a stepping stone in that direction more than like a well-structured plot vehicle.
Man, people always tell me that I have the hot takes, but you saying French Grand Opera is a stepping stone to Philip Glass is about the hottest take I have heard all night.
No, it totally is. It totally is. Have you seen Les Troyens?
Yes, actually I have.
Me too. It's long, and what the fuck is going on in that opera?
The story of the Trojans.
Yeah, but
it's in the title.
Yeah, but it's
called The Trojans.
But it's 4 acts long, and everyone dies at the end of Act 2, and Acts 3 and 4 are completely different characters, and then they all die too.
Well, yeah, because the women of Troy.
Yeah.
And then it's the survivors of Troy, which is Aeneas and his dudes.
Yeah. And it's really long and badly paced.
I won't disagree. But, you know, I gotta respect the hustle.
Yeah.
That's Berlioz, right?
Yeah.
God bless. Berlioz always, why make something 10 minutes when you could make it 20 instead? Like, I feel like that is Berlioz's whole endealment.
Him and Mahler and Bruckner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mahler needed an editor. That's a hot take.
Yeah. See, I need everyone who is watching and listening to acknowledge that I am not actually the one here who has the hot takes.
I have very hot takes
like
about opera.
Alyssa's takes are scalding.
Yeah.
She's coming in here with Mahler slander, with like.
Listen, I like Mahler. I just think it needed to be shorter. All of it. Editor.
All of it. Editor.
Yeah.
I hardly know her.
Yeah, I know. I know. Someone said we need to have a segment that's like Hot Take Tuesdays, but like it's just every day on here. We can have a hot take
every day is
segment.
Hot Take Tuesday.
I don't know that we actually can have a hot take segment because I think the whole podcast is just going to be hot takes.
Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, I don't know that it can be contained to a segment.
Some will be lukewarm takes. Some will be cold takes, but some will be scalding. Yeah.
We got those gazpacho takes.
But what is a soup? That's not for today.
I feel like I've missed. Oh God, yeah, that's a whole. We're not going to get into that
Next
right now.
time on Fandom of the Opera, is cereal a soup?
I'm going to kill you.
Threatening violence on episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna walk into traffic after that question was asked.
You know, my high school band director told us to walk into traffic at the end of every class. That's how he dismissed us. So if that tells you anything about where I came from, now you know.
I mean, Florida.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, he said, and I quote, "Go play in traffic," and then would dismiss the class.
But I mean, like, that's the state pastime of Florida. It's like either that or gator pestering.
Oh yeah, we hang out with the gators.
I was gonna say wrangling, but like wrangling implies some degree of skill, yes. Yeah. Professionalism, knowledge. No, it's just like poke.
See, but
chomp.
Listen, I gotta defend us for a second here though. Let me tell you the truth about gator fuckery. Floridians do not fuck with the gators. Mm-hmm. It's the outsiders.
The outsiders.
Because they were not trained. We know we respect the gators.
It's like
you respect the gators.
You got it. It's.
We live in harmony. We live in peace. Sometimes they come in and they hang out in your backyard. They hang out in your pool, and you just go, you know what?
It's
Good
like
talk, buddy. And
it's
you
like
leave
the
them
substance.
alone. You leave them alone. Okay? You learn in school how to run in a zigzag away from them. The people who get messed up by gators, the people who mess with gators, they are not Florida people.
They didn't respect the balance.
Florida people do a lot of stupid shit, but messing with gators is not one of those things. And I know all of my Florida people will firmly agree with that statement.
I have no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys know better. Maybe. One would hope. Or at least, like, if you've survived this long, like, you know better.
Yeah.
There's a certain survivorship bias there, I suppose.
You understand how to handle the gator.
That's true.
Yeah. Take that as you will.
Phrasing. Anyway, I feel like that was a great button to end on.
Should I riff an outro as well?
I think you should, yeah.
Great. You've been listening to Fandom of the Opera, a Paradox Opera podcast hosted by Alissa and Gwen. You can find us on social media at Paradox Opera on everything, as well as follow us on Patreon. If you want to find your hosts individually, you can find me, Alissa, at Divatron9000 on everything, and Gwen
at Baratoned on Twitter.
if you have questions, comments, suggestions that you would like to share with us, you can email us at fandomoftheoperapodcast@gmail.com. And you can find out more about what we are doing with Paradox Opera on our website, paradoxopera.org. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.